visitors from all over the world continue to flock to the childhood home of Beatles legend George Harrison. However, locals living on the same terraced street in Liverpool's Wavertree area have grown increasingly frustrated by the constant stream of tourists and day trippers. In response, they've taken matters into their own hands by placing a chain across the entrance to the road in an effort to reduce the disturbance. The restriction was implemented earlier this month, following a rise in the number of Beatles fans visiting Arnold Grove, especially since a blue heritage plaque was installed last year outside number 12, the house where Harrison lived during his first 7 years. A sign now hangs from the chain, reading that the road is private and for residents only. As Arnold Grove is an unadopted street, it falls outside the responsibility of Liverpool City Council. Harrison, who was the youngest of 4 children, lived there until his family relocated to a council house in Speke. Today, the modest 3-bedroom property operates as an Airbnb catering specifically to Beatles enthusiasts. Just like the childhood homes of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and Ringo Starr in South Liverpool, the property has become a regular stop on Beatles-themed tours. Residents claim the number of visitors has noticeably increased since the plaque was added. According to a BBC report, locals expressed that their privacy had been increasingly disrupted by the frequent visits. Chris Bennett, a resident who also runs the Cock and Bottle pub nearby, commented that since the plaque was installed, the number of visitors had become overwhelming. He noted that traffic begins as early as 9 a.m. and continues into the evening, and mentioned incidents where tourists have looked into windows or through open front doors. The Magical Mystery Tour, organized by Liverpool's iconic Cavern Club, is among the tours that frequently included Arnold Grove as a stop, though this has been paused since the street was chained off. Despite the complaints, not all residents share the same concerns. One resident, Onyema, who has lived on the street for about a year, said he didn't view the tourists as a problem. He explained that they usually park their buses on the main road and walk in quietly, and he described the street as a pleasant place to live. On a recent tour, Holly Andrews, a visitor from Pennsylvania, expressed disappointment at not being able to walk down the street, having previously visited in 2008. Still, she acknowledged the residents' right to privacy and understood the need to balance tourism with respect for the people who live there. Beatles tour guide Jackie Spencer shared her views on social media, stating that while she was angry about the situation, her frustration wasn't directed at the residents. Instead, she blamed unlicensed guides, taxi drivers, and independent tourists who she felt had disrespected the neighborhood over time. She emphasized that in her 30 years as a guide, the residents had always been kind and welcoming because she treated them with respect. The blue plaque at 12 Arnold Grove was unveiled in May 2024 by Olivia Harrison, George's widow, in recognition of his contributions to music, film, and humanitarian work. At the time, she remarked that George would have appreciated the honor, but likely would have worried that it might disturb those currently living there. A spokesperson for the Magical Mystery Tour told The Telegraph that they had not received any formal complaints and maintained that they had always had a positive relationship with the street's residents. George Harrison passed away in November 2001 at the age of 58 after battling cancer.